bitch a little baddie, 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 bitch a little baddie.
Hello, hello. The problem is here. The problem, the champ, all of the things above. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode that just aired tonight. And let's get into some things. Because I know y'all been missing me. And I've been missing y'all. I really haven't been clearing up too much. Because I feel like, some things just is better left unsaid. But I feel like they want to wake up the beast. So let's go ahead and wake them up. What my friend Rollaway say, it's time to wake them up. Let's go ahead and wake them up tonight. Make sure that y'all are tuning in to this live show. I don't know what else is going on else tonight with other people's live shows, but let's go ahead and get them what they asking for now. At what time is this? It's 8:15 Central Standard Time, 9:15 Eastern Standard Time, and 7:15 Pacific Coast Time. Let's go ahead and wake it up, child, because that's what they want. So we're going to give it to them each and every time. We're going to get into that tonight. I really want to recap the show. Shout out to all of my cast members. Of course, y'all are doing y'all thing. Even the ones who are reaching, for storylines, reaching for everything. But, I love them too. I do everything with much love and respect. Look, I just do my job and I do it well. And it's very authentic and genuine. Ain't no pump faking. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the crew incident, right? So I know a lot of people have questions and a lot of people have opinions about it, which I really don't give a fuck whether the opinions are good or bad. But, right, so we go to the crew lounge, this hetero lounge, okay? I didn't know who was going to be the host of this lounge, right? And, the debauchery has already happened. And, we already went back and forth. And long story short, child, I get kicked out the damn section, child. So I'm like, okay, I get kicked out the section. I'm like, child, I've been kicked out of much better places, but I'm still gonna come back though, because that's just who I am and that's what I do. So, and plus, Dior had my keys and stuff. And I was just like, yeah, let me come back. Let me be a team player. And I really wasn't trying to be on that time. I'm like, I really could have woken up on him when Jett Jeff relayed the message about all of the extra shit that had to be done in regards to the damn, song. But I did it because I really just didn't give a fuck. I wanted to come to Houston and have a good time. So, boom, that happened. And I was just like, you know what? I'm really over this. I done already had a couple of drinks. But my thing is, just stand on it. Stand on it. Yes, that's the new word. Stand on it. Stand on what you're going to do. So, like how everybody was saying, oh, this is too much for me. But when you do it, it's cool. We're going to sit there and we're going to, oh, it's fun shade. It's a key. Like, girl, child, y'all pick and choose when stuff is fun and when it's keys. But when I do mine, it's always too much. It's too grand, too extra. So, child, it is what it is. I did what I had to do and what needed to be done. Oh, the pump faking t-shirts is coming out. Oh, by the way, for my blog that everybody been asking about, tune into the season finale. The blog will be live next week. The blog is here, not to fear. Also, if you haven't checked out my Met Gala review, please go do that. The link is in my bio on my Instagram. It was a really good time with Miss Harviana and Mr. Aaron. We had a really good time. It was a really good key. And that's kind of like what my blog is kind of centered around. So go check that out. Crew check sections are free. Kind of, sort of. But the thing is, I know from what I know about Crew Atlanta is you have to have a minimum spend. So like they'll give you the section, right? But you have to spend a minimum of blase in order to have their section. You know, I'm so over this mask and film whole commentary when it came through this season because they pick and choose who they want to do and who they want to wake it up with every time. So I'm gonna let them have that. Baby, mask and film ain't gonna pay my bills. I could be as masculine as you and as much as a girl as all of these other folks. But guess what? The bills is still getting paid and the checks is still coming in every time. Direct deposit. Thank you. You know what? The only problem I had with KeeKee, and I'm gonna talk about it when her when she come in with her commentary. The only problem I had with her for the most part is KeeKee the whole season, whether y'all believe it or not, KeeKee made her own decision not to, you know, reach out and have an olive branch and connect with the whole, you know, cast. Like she definitely connected with Lon D and didn't know Lon D from a can of paint when she started, you know, with the Chasing Dallas, you know, franchise as well. But she grew close to Lon D, and of course she already knew Robert. But all right, so you grew close to the trade. Of course, you know, I understand that, you know, you are, you know, a transgender woman and everything. So of course you're gonna automatically gravitate to the masculine energy. But I know I have many trans friends that we just hit it off like this. And I really thought I was gonna hit it off with KeeKee, no shade, the most, because we came from the education background, both educated, both, you know, strive to get where we are. And I really thought that coming into this season, I really, really, really did thought that. And I thought we was gonna build like a real genuine bond outside of the show. So that's the crazy thing. And I was really, you know, upset and hurt by it. Oh, right. KeeKee did peep the unfortunate, but child, when women do it, when the Real Housewives do it, when basketball wives do it, y'all think it's funny, entertaining. So, child, next question, Tamika. Astro wasn't here. He couldn't make it to the Houston trip. I missed Astro so much. Thank y'all so much for the love. Look, I told y'all couldn't stand me in the beginning. And I was just being my authentic self that I was from episode 1 right now up until, you know, episode 11. Yeah, episode 11. Films definitely can thump real good, especially as an Atlanta film or Atlanta Bush Queen, they could thump down. But it's not even about the thumping with me. If I'm a thumb through something, let me thumb through a check. Let's thumb through that. Let's thump that. Let's do that for real. And the thing is, every time, you know, I have, you know, interacted with KeeKee, I always gave her that respect. So I don't know where that came from. And I mean, the session was only this big. No shade. Thank you, baby. Thank you. Hello. If we're gonna keep it a bean, let's keep it a bean for real. She probably didn't feel safe, and I totally understand and respect that, especially what's going on in our world and, you know, our community, our Black, you know, trans women community. I totally understand it 1,000%, and I don't discredit her. Girl, stop promoting your show. If you, girl, you gonna get your show in a couple of hours. Have a nice day, boo. Bye, Stanko. It's the hater on the line, and let me block this bitch one more time, child. Girl, you all up on my show, watching me do my thing, getting my numbers. You want my viewers. Child, child, child. Once again, the Georgia Peach strike again for 2-2. I'm so tired of this. My back hurt. My back hurt so much for carrying these folks. Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And you don't even have a problem with me. All this fake smoke, fake beef. Child, I would have a drink, but I got to go to work in the morning. But I'm gonna give you what you want. You want it? I got you. That's what you want. I'm gonna give it to you. Matter of fact, y'all, tune in to everybody live that's gonna talk about how great of a job I've been doing, how successful I am, how accomplished I am at my young, slim age. And y'all, I've been in the gym. I would stand up because the people try to call me big and fat and all of that, fat weird, but the top ain't matching the bottom, so I'm not gonna stand up for y'all tonight. I should have did it. I might do an outfit change for y'all later on in the live, depending on how long I want to be on here, and give the girls what they want and ruffle a couple of feathers. Henny. And the same part is I'm giving y'all all of this and I ain't even drunk. Because I've been keeping quiet for so long. Okay, the next scene. Oh, child, poor decisions, poor behaviors. Oh, no. We back at the house. We back at the house. Okay, the house, child, I had, let's talk about the night before. I had such a great time after all of that craziness. I really had a good time. Hello, thank you so much, Joshua. I went from zero to hero. They couldn't stand the ground I walked on. And all I was doing was being who I am now, minding my business, drinking my water clearly, getting to the skin, and just, standing on being a real nigga. Yeah. Exactly. And I love the thick boys. Shout out to the thick boys. Shout out to the big boys, that maintain and keep themselves up. Much love to y'all. My thoughts on people. Oh, that's such a good question, Christina. My thoughts on people throughout this cast has changed the most. Like with people who I really was like looking up to and really like wanting them to pour into me. Just looking at all of this craziness that's been happening outside of the show, where people go live 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. All of this imaginary smoke when people have showed you 100% love, the phone calls, the text messages, all of that, and for you to try and play in people's face, I feel a little, blindsided. I definitely feel hurt, but I promise you, this time, it is what it is. I'm just gonna move how I move. It's still gonna be love and support, but it's just gonna be from a distance. And I know that. And you want to know how I seen it, Christina? My birthday for a perfect example, but I ain't gonna get too much into that. Right. Someone should definitely host a communication class or seminar or something. Jay, I did not get a bigger bed, but I wasn't complaining. The bed did what it had to do. Exactly. Exactly. My point exactly. But everybody like to be so fake over it, or I'm so nonchalant about the situation. But in secrecy, y'all be in y'all group chats or y'all messages or y'all calls, y'all private calls, talking. Do you think you can win a fight with Lon D? First of all, let me go ahead and clear this up. Keyshawn is definitely a fighter, baby. I grew up on the west side of Atlanta, in the Bluff, where it's very, very rough. Without the snow in the Bluff, baby. It was very much heat in the Bluff. Hot as hell. So Keyshawn can fight. But I'm not gonna sit right here and say I'm a beater, because I know I'm not. I'm gonna win some, I'm gonna lose some, and I'm gonna get a sock full of rocks, but I'm gonna make you feel it though. And that's it. The actual issue. I never had an issue with Lon D. Me to this day, I still show Lon D respect. Because it's like I know what the type of caliber of a man you are. So I always show everybody that was older than me on this cast with respect, because I'm a wisdom type of person. I want you to pour as much wisdom into me that I can give unto you. I can see how Robert was saying some people were being fake, but Keyshawn didn't have a fake bone in his body towards Robert. So I don't understand what's your beef or issue with me. Because just like you side with your people, just like how you side with Dre, you side with, KeeKee, you side with Lon D. If I'm siding with Trey on some things, or I'm over here, with my friend, is that wrong? You gonna penalize me for doing what I'm doing? I'm not penalizing you. Like, let's be so for real. Thank y'all so much. Thank you for the happy birthdays. Child, y'all can see my shorts. If we're gonna keep it a bean, Keisha the only one that really, did his thing. Hey, friend.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
Nothing. Causing a little bit of chaos.
A little bit of chaos.
A little bit of chaos. Since that's what they want from me.
I'm really proud of you. I'm really proud of you, even though you got
you got to DM me,
rowdy. You got a little bit rowdy. I'm glad that you kind of still stood on what you stood on principle.
Exactly. And that's the thing. And the only problem that I had a problem with was when in that conversation when we was at the winery and I said my comment, right? And I said a 30-day free trial. Clearly we know that's a joke. Clearly we know that's a joke. So my thing is, you saying I'm going back talking about a situation because I said it was a 30-day free trial. It was literally a key. That was a real key. That wasn't being messy. So if you're gonna sit right there and count that one time about me discussing the status of their relationship, then well, I'll take that. But I bet you that's the only one time. You don't have multiple clips where you can go back in the past and like Bravo and say that Shawn said anything about Quisi and Dior. So you was reaching for oranges. That's what you was doing.
Even with the situation with Lon D and I just was like, okay, we got it. We'll cover that at the reunion, but I just was so lost at what angle he was coming from because it was just two situations that happened, and both of those situations were kind of jumbled into one to make it feel like it was a reach. So we'll cover it at the reunion, but I was very shocked to see how it played out.
But hey, if it took me to give Lon D his moment of the season, because that's their moment.
Oh, how many dogs I got? I got 2 dogs.
And the thing is, I'm a lover. I ain't a fighter. I would get out in the field, but I don't want to hurt nobody on this cast. For real, I still love Lon D, still love Robert, still want to support both of them.
Absolutely.
So you know how he with the blah blah blah, tune into his live, so he can be messy like he always is, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, 52 weeks in the year. You do that all the time. You can get that for free on Instagram. Why go to YouTube? They can get that on Instagram tomorrow when Markel recap his live.
Yeah, I definitely feel like they go live on TTB to kind of get that audience because it's like anti whatever we talking about at the moment. So I really wish that they would just look at the story from both angles. And honestly, I'm glad that everybody's seeing it from start to finish, from the first start of the season, what was happening. People kind of were lost. And now to the end of the season, people are kind of like, oh, okay, this is what's happening.
That's when I tell you, that's my whole point right there. That's why I didn't have nothing to say about the situation. Quisi and Dior, they was literally, to be very honest, they weren't trying to clear shit up. They were like, bitch, I don't give no fuck. Let these folks think what they want to think. I don't give not 1, 2, 3, 10 of them fucks. And that's why I was like, these folks don't give a fuck. What y'all talking about? Whether they got something going on or not. So, bitch, guess what? I don't. I don't either. And I still love them and fuck with them.
There's a lot to talk about at the reunion. I definitely want to say I still, in the midst of everything, my point is I still respect Robert or Lon D or somebody like that. But it's like as soon as it's an issue on their part or whatever, they don't respect me or you or whatever the case may be.
And I hope that there's something that is a topic that definitely get touched on. Because like I was just talking to one of the interviewers that interviewed me this week, it's a privilege. And people don't like to acknowledge that privilege within the LGBTQ community. It's tons of privileges. You have a, fats, you have a no fats, no films type of privilege where, you have the mass presenting male, where you have the, the buff, like athletic build privilege. You have the skin complexion privilege. You have this gay status privilege. It's so many privileges, and people don't like to sit right there and acknowledge that they have a privilege when it comes to this community. So they want to sit right here and make it seem like we are the, the extra or the combative ones. Oh, he chocolate. Oh, he this. Oh, so we don't like him, or he this type of way. So because you fit in that stereotype, and I'm not privileged in the community, I'm already placed in a box. Oh, Trey, he went out. But I got t-shirts coming on the way. I got 2 t-shirts that's coming on the way. I got a book that's gonna come out hopefully by the end of this summer, y'all. I've really been real busy thinking about doing a career change, but that's neither here nor there. But the merch will be on the website too. That will be dropping next week. So I'm so excited about that.
Yeah, I did have an extra $40. So let's talk about that.
Yes, now let's talk about it. Thank you, Teddlie. So, we at brunch. By the way, the mimosas was definitely mimosa. Once again. The food was good. I had an omelet. It was so good. I had a veggie omelet. Because at that time, I realized that me being on camera, I gained so much weight. So I'm like, oh, like, if you see my neck right there, I look a mess. Now look at my neck. It's like, okay. Like, oh my gosh. But neither here nor there. The brunch, I feel like, especially with KeeKee was trying to, explain and mediate. Child. But when KeeKee was trying to understand and get everyone's perspective of the situation, I feel like KeeKee really didn't know too much of our side, but she didn't, reach out or necessarily extend an olive branch that was welcoming enough to be like, hey, I really don't know these, these girls on this side. So I do know my friend Robert and my crew who I've been mingling with, but I don't know them, and I felt like KeeKee just was having preconceived notions or biases about her side.
Honestly,
Yeah, and that's exactly what it was. And even back to the whole, we didn't give up a seat, and she didn't, feel, she felt like, it was a little too much for her. Like I said, I understand that, but once again, you didn't even. I felt like, to me personally, KeeKee didn't really extend of olive branch of wanting to, seek a friendship,
right?
and
And
I did.
yeah, I agree. And even with me, I know middle school, even though we have a deep heart relationship. Her and I, we have built something so much that I recommended her for the show. So it shouldn't have been that. And I do understand where she comes from, where it's like she feels like she wants to have, like, we should treat her like a woman and all that. I agree, but to say the sense that
Yes.
you only felt protected to go because Robert was with you, or it's almost demeaning to other people. Not saying if you're feminine, not saying if you're masculine. It's just demeaning and period. When we come from the same community, that's how I was trying to understand.
Child, whoever you is, next question, Tamika. Not answering it. I said what I said. And hello, we got another person on the live.
Hello.
Hey, how you
Hey,
doing?
Hey, Shawn. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing well. I'm just living.
Yeah, I just want to tell you that, at first I was not such a fan, but you are energy, capital energy, first of all,
Yes.
because you just killed it tonight. One thing I'm liking about you is that you are not scared to talk. You are not scared to actually express yourself, and nobody can punk you. And this is very very nice to see. And hi, Trey.
Hi, how are you?
I don't know if you remember me. I'm the fan from Spain, actually.
Oh,
I'm up again
Yes, I
hey.
watching.
do. I do. Yes, I
Yeah, yeah. I've
do.
been seeing you a little sad lately. Like, are you good? On the show at least, I see everything
Yeah,
that is happening, and the whole fam and mask thing. I think it needs to be addressed at the
I
reunion because it's a bad look, really. This is a bad look, and I feel where you are coming from because there is a lot of truth. You cannot turn in an argument into a fight every single time because at the end of the day, this is a show, this is TV, this is entertainment, and when you are on TV, you should be able to have two words, not turn it into a fighting
right.
situation. Y'all all have brands and y'all have things to lose, so the whole fighting is not. It is not a good look. But I
Absolutely.
would just like to say something about the whole thing to production. You guys have a very good cast, and actually, the people that are going to be considered as the girls are killing it. From the
Thank
Shawn
you
to
so much.
the Teddlies to like you guys are just killing it. And I want to shout out Jett Jeff because I don't know if he's getting a lot of love, but Jett is a key player. He's
Yes,
actually one of the key players.
he
He
is.
brings conversation, he
Yes,
moves storyline, he knows his job without making it seem nasty. He makes me think of the
yes.
Giselle Bryant without the nasty. You know what I mean? And you, Shawn, you are just delivering. You are the MVP of the season for me. And I got all of my friends here watching you guys, and they are always talking about like Shawn is fantastic and everything because you really do not let anybody punk you. But the situation at the bar was not a good look.
Yeah,
But
it wasn't. And the
again,
thing is, and I own that. I am not going to sit right here and put myself on a high horse for acting so belligerent and low. It was very unbecoming and not, and it wasn't acceptable at all. I don't want to do that in a gay bar, let alone a straight bar. So I
yeah,
do want to get that very, very clear. I am very remorseful for my actions when it came to that, and even the name calling, the stupid low. And I
yeah,
own that I was belligerent as fuck. But the thing is,
yeah,
I am willing to, say that I am no like this, and I will continue to elevate and make sure that I don't do things like that in the near and dear future. But thank you so much for the support all the way from Spain.
All the way
Continue
from
yeah,
to
Spain.
watch,
yeah.
continue to grow and love on us. Give us your
Y'all
continuous
made me
support.
want to go to Dallas to visit
Uh,
because I just discovered the show randomly on YouTube, and it's your season that I discovered, and the previous season actually that I discovered with Trey and with whatever happened at the reunion. And I said, okay, I'm
Oh my
giving this.
god. Oh my god.
I'm loving it. No, but Trey, really, I am a big fan of yours because you know your job. At the end of the day, it's a job. You are there to deliver something entertaining. Yes, it's reality TV, but at the end of the day, it's entertainment. If it was not entertaining, none of us would have been here watching you. It's 3 a.m. here, and look, I'm watching you guys at 3 a.m.
Oh my
I'm
god.
working
That just
tomorrow, but
speaks
I was
Ooh,
levels.
rooting
that
for
is
you
some
because you
dedication.
actually
Oh
see
my
what
God.
was going to happen. And I'm very proud of you for speaking up, Trey, because these are things that need to be, addressed. And you did the right thing to speak up. The whole beating people up, it got to stop. Like this is not a good look anywhere in the world. It's not a good look because in some countries, just a threat like that, you end up in jail. So people
Oh
have to
wow.
stop
Oh
with the
wow.
whole yeah. So Shawn,
Well,
again,
I definitely think that it's really important for in
it
general
is.
for
It
us
is.
to speak
Production
up.
needs to address it at the reunion because this needs to be a larger conversation. The whole mass spam and even get into the whole aggressive thing. But
Yeah.
again, guys, and production, you guys are doing such a great job. I am very, very entertained. Shawn, MVP of the season. You got the crown because you started very
Come on,
when now
MVP. Yes.
top three at least. So yeah, and shout out to the Teddlies, Jett Jeff, Quisi, and Quisi needs to speak up. He needs to stop being quiet like that. Like I know he's not a punk, so people
Yeah.
cannot talk to him, and he just has facial expressions and everything. He needs to speak up. He needs to start saying things because I know he has it, and people cannot speak for him. So I love you guys, entertainment, like I said, and keep delivering. It was a great season. I'm going to tune in for the final and sending love and light, like always. Thank you.
What's up, Kane?
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so much.
much. We love you.
And
Thank you
major
so
love out
much.
to Spain. Make sure you go watch the other seasons as well.
Absolutely. Hi.
Hey,
Hello?
hey.
Yes. How
Hi,
are
how
you?
you doing? I'm fine. I'm fine. I love watching y'all. I've been following since it started. But
Stop.
Shawn, you are so great for the cast. You are so great. And I love hearing you talk. I love how you articulate. You are so awesome. Um, First things first is when y'all had the gathering that uh what's his name? I
For
can't think
Drake,
of yeah. That was crazy.
it
How you
was.
invite somebody and like you said, pump fake, and then you put that little bit of money to it and dip off. Like that's crazy.
Right.
Right, right.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
like, come on now. Like, how would you not? How would you not like have somebody do that to you? Like that's
But
crazy.
but
The other
Daniela, what I learned was Dre really was looking out for me because when he cut me out there, she said, "Friend, I don't want you to pay for this bottle that I'm about to skip out on." And I should have said, "Well, friend, damn, you should have told me, girl, so I wouldn't have to pay."
yeah.
But
You
The
I
the
trying to
feel
look out for me. So matter of fact, Dre, girl, I got you a drink. You were trying to look out for me. I ain't even noticed it when you kicked me out that damn section. But here go me wanting to be Billy Badass, come back in your section. You should have said, bitch, get out this section so you won't pay for the bottle.
right. My other thing is like Lon D. I don't get him. I think he like Kesey or something. It's boggling to me. Like he is always something, and every and like the other caller said, Kesey do try to speak. For some reason, Robert
Yeah.
keeps cutting him off, and I don't understand it.
The only thing that I had a real, like, it was so confusing to me was when Lon D had such a big problem with Jett Jeff going back and saying that Teddlie and Lon D had something going on when it wasn't true,
Mhm.
and they already stated to Jett Jeff that nothing was going on, and Lon D did the exact same thing, but it was cool,
Exactly.
it was okay. That's why I said that's where double standards, come into
Exactly.
play, and they think and
Double standards at
everybody
its
think
highest
it's so
form once
funny and it's
again.
so cute.
Exactly. Exactly. And
That's the
Trey,
problem. Yes,
I
ma'am.
I don't I don't understand what's going on with Rob. I don't get it. I'm not feeling him this season. Like, and I don't know why he keep picking at you. I see that. I don't like that shit. Like, sorry about the
Yeah,
cursing, but
yeah, I
he
don't
keep
I don't like it either. I don't like it either. I think he understands the job as well because I mean, like I said, last season it was a different story, and I'm like I told everybody, housewives, they're entertainment. I'm not the same person. They're not the same person off camera as they are on camera. Like, come on. And I
Nobody
was
Right.
is.
Nobody's
Nobody
the same.
is.
Nobody's
If
the
we're gonna
same.
keep it a
nobody's
bean,
the
no one
same.
is the same off camera and on camera.
Right.
So
And
let's
even
let's
though
let's go ahead and say that. But the thing is, with me growing a genuine connection with Trey, Teddlie, Robert, whoever, whatever it is on camera, it's the same off camera as well. I'ma show up
Right.
whether we
right.
not
I can
filming.
tell.
I'm still gonna give you that same love,
I
Right.
can
but
Correct.
tell.
Correct.
but it's not often reciprocated, and I will say
Right.
that.
And what I
Yeah, I
will
see
say,
that.
and what I will say is, even though the viewers don't see me as raw on the show, but I will admit I'm in the mess too. Like I say stuff, I do stuff, but one thing about me is that when I do things, like in a couple of episodes in the past where I talked about Dre's shoes, I owned up to it and said, I said it. Like, but we all say at the end of the day, we all say things that are messy. We all do things that are messy. There's not one person that's better than the other that does not do nothing. So that's what I do want
Right.
to say.
And hi, Teddlie. Hi. You're
Hey,
you're not a rah-rah person, and you don't have to be. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
You are who you are. Why can't people just accept that?
Right.
Right.
And the thing is, people, for example, the George situation with him and I, he know what it is, I know what it is. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna keep speaking on the situation or somebody's name if I don't consider you as a friend no more. All that fun shade, all the extra shade, it's not needed at that point. If we don't fuck with each other, we don't fuck with each other. Keep my name out your mouth.
Right. Thank y'all for letting me talk.
Thank
Again, I love
Thank
the
you.
show. And y'all have a great night.
Support.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
And it's so crazy how it's like whenever it's not the show or the show or the episode not leaning toward the favor of people, they they don't want to support the show. They
Okay, you
Right.
they don't want to
talk
support the
about it. You
chat.
better say
They don't
that
want to
shit.
be in the chat. They don't want
And
to do
then they
the
want to be
chat.
like,
They don't
oh,
want
blah, 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 boring. But guess what? I did the same thing. And
right. And we all go through the ringer when it comes to the fans. They might not like us this time, and they might
Right.
like us
One
this
episode
time.
they hate you, Trey. The next episode they don't like my eyebrows and like my
Absolutely,
attitude.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, baby.
Oh,
The
Hey,
honorable.
how's everyone
Angela, how are
doing?
you?
hey, good.
Hey, Shawn, I love your phrase "pump faking" so much. I hope you do seriously make it to a T-shirt because I was
Yes,
like,
I
wait,
have the
pump
t-shirts.
faking? What?
Okay.
Yes.
But I wanted to say that when KeeKee was saying that she didn't feel very safe, I kind of got where she was coming from. I mean, I guess she could have been a little more vocal about it, a
Yes.
little earlier on. But I do feel where she's coming from, being in a straight environment, and then everyone else is gay, and then she's a trans person, so
Yeah.
it's very, very, very different, especially
Yes.
with the landscape that we're in, and Black trans women getting killed on a daily basis, and it's usually by cis men. So let's keep it real. We gotta.
By black.
So sometimes it's just
Let's
a
talk
matter
about
of. Yeah, so it's really just a matter of just
Yeah.
being as conscious of how we carry ourselves as possible, not
Mhm.
drawing
Well,
too much attention to ourselves.
I think also we have to just give a little bit of grace, love. I feel like if she could have been more vocal, but also I feel like it was her delivery. It was almost as if she was saying like, she used the word punks, and I know the word is so easily used, but I just do not identify as that. I just don't. So when I hear that, and I don't hear that in my daily life, people don't call me that in my daily life. So when I hear it as a derogatory word, it's just kind of like, well, damn, like we would have never, and I know for speaking for me, even though however I present, I would never in a million years let anyone disrespect her, put her in a situation where she feels like they're coming for her or feel like she was unsafe. So I feel like it was a little bit more of a delivery aspect for me.
I mean, I respect
Right.
that, Trey. I mean, and using the word punk, that was, to me, it's unnecessary. I don't like to use those type of words either. I mean, for me, it's just address someone by their name or just say the collective of the group or whatever. You don't have to address anyone by these words like punks and sissies and shit like that. Who wants to really? What are you accomplishing? You're getting your message lost in the translation when you do it like that.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
I agree.
And I own.
Shawn got removed.
I think Shawn, he'll probably hop back on a little bit. I know last week I was having issues with my live after show, but to piggyback off of what y'all are saying about the whole, thing that KeeKee said, I mean, I get where she's coming from, but also on the flip side, it kind of makes it look like, the other guys like me, Shawn, Jett, and Trey, like we don't have any backbone if something was to break off, or
Right.
we had to defend ourselves, and that's kind of like a slap in the face. But yet, none of us took it personally. It was just kind of like it came off that way at the end of the day.
It came off definitely that way.
I respect that.
Yeah,
Teddlie.
go ahead. What?
I was saying I respect that, Teddlie. I mean, I get that. That's why I was saying that she could have said it, in a more graceful manner. Just do it in a in a little bit more of a diplomatic manner. But but she did feel unsafe though. I mean, that's
right.
the
I get
thing.
it.
She
But
them safe.
I also feel like it's kind of like a double-edged sword. It's like, okay, you want to be, treated like a woman, you want to be perceived as a woman, but you're on this show and you are intermingling yourselves in men's business. However we may present, you're intermingling yourself in men's business. So maybe you should stay in women's place.
I can agree with that. The only pushback I'll give Trey is that was the only time she even really interjected within a situation.
That
Any
you
other
know of
time
on
in
camera.
all the episodes of the season, she was pretty quiet and she really just kind of kept whatever she thought to like the confessionals and between her and maybe Robert at best, but she kept it cute, up until that moment. So you
Absolutely.
gotta
I can
give
see
her a
Right.
little, gotta give her some credit for that.
Right.
All right. Well, okay, I can see that. I agree.
Right. And that's why I say, like, I don't disagree with her. And I understand where she was coming from. And I'm glad she spoke up in that moment. Because if you notice, in any previous episode, we don't really get any of that from her. So for her
Yeah, you're
to
right.
do that, that was
I
I respect that. That's what I'm saying.
I would have loved for her to open up a little bit more on the season. She did open up a little bit with showing us what the KeeKee scene in the ballroom scene was like. But aside from that, it would have been great for her to interact more with everyone else outside of Robert and maybe Lon D. It would have been great to see her interact with Shawn and Teddlie.
Right.
Teddlie, you are definitely one of my favorites, Taylor. I have to tell you.
Thank you.
And Shawn became one of my new favorites.
Thank you so much.
So it would have been great. And then two other things before I forget. When it comes to these houses for the trip, Markel, if you're hearing this, I really hope that you let Teddlie pick the houses from now on when you go on these trips, because the house was okay, but it was giving a little bit of vintage, which is cute when it calls for it. And then the last thing is, if you all ever need someone to host a reunion show, let it be me, because I gets to the tea and I can ask.
Okay.
So
We thank you for
And my
supporting.
YouTube page shows that.
I want to say that.
Yeah, of course.
I want to say that a lot of people are saying, like, I'm reading the comments a little bit. A lot of people are saying, like, okay, the film mass conversation needs to have, and I feel like on our end, it wants to be had, but the narrative is, oh, y'all pushing this mass versus them thing. It's not that we're pushing it; it's what's showing up on camera. It's showing up, and so we have to address it as a community. And I feel like maybe there's someone that don't want to come off and maybe having to eat the words of what they have to say or eat their actions, that we don't want to address it, but it has to be addressed. This is what's going on in our community anyway. So we're not the only people that's feeling this. We're just the only people that's being seen.
Right. And so what I will say is, what I agree with is that, you have somebody like physically that look like me, Trey, or Shawn. We go out to the grocery store late at night by ourselves. We're more likely to probably get harassed or whatever by a straight person versus somebody who appears to be like Robert or Lon or Quisi. So to piggyback on what you said, Trey, there's so much crazy things happening these days where people are physically harassing people based upon their appearance, how they look.
Absolutely.
So we I think we have more issues in today's society versus someone who looks like Robert.
Right.
Like
we face more scrutiny.
So we face more scrutiny when it comes to public shame and things like that. So all that, what y'all were trying to say, I get it now watching it back. I do get it. And it's not that I was trying to take sides or try to be in the middle of it, but I do get it at the end of the day. I get both sides.
Well, hello, Miss Ashley.
Hi, Ashley.
Hi, you guys. Hi,
What's
Shawn.
up?
I love you. You're the best.
Thank you so much.
I wanted to say that last scene with you in the green screen, I let my daughter listen to that. I replayed it, and she's in middle school, and she was being bullied because of her sexual preference. She likes girls. So I was like, listen to what he's saying, because you need to have that attitude.
That's right.
Like dealing with what you're going through. So I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for, presenting yourself
And
out
make
there.
sure you tell your daughter to keep her head up and and stay secure with who she is.
Exactly.
She's a young woman, she's talented, she's smart, and she's going to definitely be successful. Don't let any of those people that's bullying her, trying to antagonize her and make her feel low or less than. that she's
Right,
not, because she's above all of the rest. And as long as she know that in her heart, and you preach that to her each and every day,
right, right.
she is everything.
Now, but I was seeing that Ted Lee had jumped off. I wanted to tell Ted
I'm
Lee he
on.
was
I'm
give.
on.
Oh, okay. I wanted to tell you you was giving very much rich black woman. Yes, rich elite black woman. Okay, so don't never let nobody tell you nothing different.
Oh
Trey
no,
Howard,
thank you.
you are giving fashions this season. Yes, you
Thank
are
you. Thank
giving
you.
fashions, and you are giving Nene leaks. Yes. Well, I sat there and told my daughter because she was like, "Mom, we was having a conversation at school, my friends, and we all asked each other what our parents watch on TV, and they were like the Housewives." I was like, "Well, that's funny you say that because." This show here reminds me of the YouTube Housewives. So
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah, you're good. You're
thank
good.
you.
Okay.
Yes.
But
Thank you
that's
so
all I
much.
wanted to, touch up on. I just wanted to, give you my little two piece and just hop on off. But I love you guys.
We
Love
love you
you
We
too.
love
too.
you.
Thank
Night
Thank
you.
night.
you.
What's going on, y'all?
What's
Hey,
up?
hey, 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 hey.
Man, I just want to tell you all, I love you all. Love the show. Shawn, tens across the board. Trey, tens across the board. Teddlie, tens across the fucking board. I hope I can cuss. My bad, Markel. Don't cut me off. But no. So the only thing I really want to say is the selective outrage this season has to stop. It's very selective when we want to be upset about something, when we don't want to be upset about something. This whole issue as a viewer with Robert and people being quote unquote heavy on the quote unquote fake is so weird to me, because when he does, I mean, his green screens from episode 1 have been shady,
Mm.
and but it's okay for him to do it. But when Trey says something or brings something to someone, it's an issue. Robert with the whole issue with Lon D and not wanting to be the manager and the whatever. I mean, that's shady as well. So why is it
Yes.
not an issue for that to be something? But when Trey says something,
Mm-hmm.
oh no, you taking it too far. That's where the line is drawn. No, that's
Yeah.
selective outrage,
And you
and it
know what,
shouldn't be
friend?
like
Let's
that.
unpack this right. I think only maybe one time in one episode I shaded Robert. How many times has Robert shaded me in a green screen and he want to talk about who being fake? You the fakest one. Let's get
Okay.
into that.
Yeah.
You have shaded me in every green screen, whether you told me or not. You said I said I was gonna do it.
Yes.
Oh, okay. And who
Yeah.
gives a
No,
fuck what you doing?
he.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't that whole thing there, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like you and another thing, this whole mask thing is very subjective,
Mm.
because I know some real dudes that's 10 times more masked than Robert is. And so having to go and maybe in the settings that he's in, maybe he is the most quote unquote masked person in
Yes.
those settings, but
Mm.
let's be realistic. There's plenty more dudes that are way more masked than Robert. So he has to
And,
like
and,
this.
and, and when we define mask, meaning mask through and through, not, oh, I'm finna go fag out with my girlfriends,
Mm-hmm.
and
Come
then,
on,
I'm gonna go
talk.
to the bar and then pull, and, at trade and pull a trade. That's not mask. That's
It's
very Butch
not.
Queen.
That's a
That's Butch
persona.
Queen.
Yeah.
Hello. That's
Right.
not
Okay.
mask. That's not
Yeah, so
trade. Let's get
we have
into
to be
it.
very careful with that whole, okay, we are protective of people that we are protective of. So you being protective of somebody doesn't make you mask or more
Right.
like that's so subjective to you in your world. That may be, but to everybody else, that's not the case. And I hate when he tries to, make that be. And to me, that's what really is pushing the agenda of mass versus film. Because
Thank
every
you.
time he
Thank
get on
you.
screen, he talking about how he got to be protective and how he like. Come on,
And how much of a real nigga
yeah,
he is, and
no,
real nigga shit, and I do real men things, and
yeah,
I
no,
know
we
what the
can't
truth
do that.
is.
And if we being honest, and for some reason I'm gonna keep pushing this, I don't think we are talking enough about how Robert bought his friend to that episode 1 event, knowing that he wanted to fight Dior. If that's your brother, why would you even put your brother in a situation where he would have to fight somebody? Like, you brought him there knowing he had an issue with him and wanted to fight. Now, if anything is
Talk
messy,
about it now.
that's messy.
You better talk your shit
But
right now.
we haven't discussed that. This, like, nobody has really touched on that, or even brought that up. But as a viewer, I'm like, how we just gonna breeze past that? Because that boy clearly
Absolutely.
stated he came there to drop Dior, like, and
Yes.
everybody know what drop means. You came to sleep that man. You wanted to knock him out, but that's supposed to be your brother.
That's your
And
brother
you gonna
and
let
your best friend. But
Come on.
like I said, I don't really know that full dynamic, so I ain't gonna speak too much on that. But as a viewer and as a newcomer looking at that is a character flaw.
Exactly.
I do agree on that.
And I'll give it to Robert. He said it's a lot of stuff that we don't know, and which may be true.
Yeah.
But
Right.
when you're recording and you're filming something, you can't be upset at viewers for filming opinions off of what we see. We don't know the background story, but for you to hide the back, just say what it is. If it's something else or whatever, then say that so we can all be privy to what's going on. And if you choose not to, that's cool, but don't be upset with us as viewers when we form opinions off of what we see, because what we see is, like, from the very beginning,
character
selective
flaw.
outrage.
We see a character flaw.
I agree.
And I think to what you said, I think none of us can never be mad about what viewers are seeing and what their opinions are, because this is what we signed up for. So at the end of the day, we can't go against what y'all think and how y'all see things, even though we may feel like it was perceived a different way. So I mean, y'all are entitled to feel how y'all feel and comment when y'all want to comment, but that's just how this thing goes, being on this platform.
I just think for me, it was just like, I said one thing that didn't match up in his head with what I was said, and instead of allowing me to clarify, he has been down my throat ever since. And I feel like he was his ammo and his gun was, excuse my noise, is a train, but his gun was cocked at Dior, and I just said a few things to get the aim at me, and now it's been at me the whole season for being fake, for not
because
saying
the issue
something.
initially was with Dior.
It was initially with the Dior. If had I not said anything, it probably wouldn't have not got to me. But because I said something, being in my filming world, because we're in a group and I'm talking about what the group is talking about. I'm not bringing in anything else. I'm not bringing in nobody, mama, daddy, sister, brother. I'm talking about what the group is talking about, what's hot in the group. I felt like he used that as a way to push for me to get into it with him. And I just I'm not on that with you. And instead of having a discussion, he wants to every 2 seconds say, okay, well, I'm calm, I want to fight. You saying you calm, but people having to hold you back is not calm.
Yeah, and he knows what he does. Like, he'll on one live he'll say, nobody on this episode he'll fight, or nobody, like, he know whatever is what. But then your reactions on the episodes is something different. You getting up, you doing this, you being aggressive, it's something different. And even Lon D, like, come on, you ain't had, and I'm just saying, you ain't really had much to say this whole season, but every time you say something, you're interjecting yourself in somebody else's issue that's already been existed. Even with episode 1, when he got into it with Astro a little bit, that had nothing to do with you.
Episode 1, that was like episode 4, 5.
Okay, well, whatever episode that was, when they got into the fight with DeAndre and Quisi, Lon D stepped into that, really didn't have nothing to do with him. This issue with the whole bedroom thing really has nothing to do with him. And like I think Trey said earlier, when they were talking about Jett Jeff and Lon D, it was an issue, but you turn around and do the same thing to Dior and Quisi.
Yeah, that was Shawn.
You did the same exact thing, and then you chiming in on it, and now you upset with Shawn because he having an opinion about it, or you trying to deflect onto Shawn. No, take that heat yourself.
Being messy about this. Yeah,
exactly. Take that heat yourself. Like, Quisi and Dior is right there. Why not direct that energy to them and tell them why you didn't want to be in the room with them, which was crazy from beginning.
My point exactly, because the thing is, when he was saying everybody was being messy when it came to, Dior and Quisi, I was like, no, not me. Like, because I wasn't going back and saying, oh, girl, guess what I heard? Or, oh, girl. When we was in that setting at the winery, I said, Oh, I'm like, what relationship? Like y'all see, it was like you were trying to pull teeth to get something. So I'm like, okay, make a joke out of it. Child, it might be a 30-day trial. They might try it and see that's not what they want to do. And it was a 30-day trial. You take it, test it out, put it back on the shelf.
Right. But he
joke,
was upset at the fact that they had already discussed this at the whatever promo shoot or whatever shoot that was for
right.
Quisi with Dior. And if you had all of this like feelings or whatever, why not say, hey, I'm here, but it feel like y'all got something going on, so I'm just
He
exclude
did say
myself.
it, but the thing is, he left.
Yeah, he did
with
say
knowing
that.
that they didn't have anything going on, and you still left, and you pretty much was like, I don't believe shit that coming out y'all mouth. Yeah, I got something going on.
Then why not tell them that right then?
I will say this. The whole situation is brought up because I said we're gonna come and talk about it at the reunion, but I'm just gonna say it was brought up because I said something. Period. Point blank. Simple. I said something that I didn't know. Once again, I didn't know was a secret. And now that it's saying like, okay, it's going back in the show, it's playing, and I'm not really saying, okay, I'm not raising my hand and saying, okay, I'm the one that said it's y'all kids. I'm the one that just said it's y'all kids. It is because of the fact that I knew it to be true, and I now found out Robert and his people have a problem with it. So now I don't want to be a part of it no way because I didn't even know it was a secret. I didn't know this was false. I didn't know this was a thing. Period.
Yeah.
Hey, Tyra, how are you?
Hey, fellas. I just want to say that all of you guys are beautiful black men. I love your show. I watch it every week. My favorite, Shawn, Trey, Teddlie. Y'all be doing y'all thing. I'm just like, I was really, really shocked about this episode. It was crazy. I
It
mean,
was.
It was
even
very crazy.
even with what's the guy who everybody's talking about? Who was
Dre,
into it with Trey.
Robert.
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 Yeah, even with Robert. I mean, what's going on with that? I mean, it's like he always gunning for Trey. I'm just like, what's the issue?
There isn't one. Imaginary smoke. That's what it's
Yeah.
called. There
Yeah. I don't think I'm not gonna be a yes man. I'm gonna give my opinion. If you don't like my opinion, then I guess I got to deal with you not liking my opinion. But you not liking my opinion shouldn't result to you trying to put your hands on me. Even though you say you don't want to put your hands on me, your energy do not give that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to say I love you guys. Y'all keep doing y'all big ones. Keep just being positive. I love you three the most. Y'all
Thank
give
you.
that positive energy. Y'all all got it going on. And I'm gonna stay tuned. I can't wait to the reunion.
Yes, we
I'm
got,
looking for
we got a
that.
week.
Stay
Thank
tuned.
you.
You're welcome. You guys have a good night. Thank
You
you.
too.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm not gonna say nothing else. I just want y'all to know.
Okay.
Stay for the reunion.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello. Are you there?
Is this thing on?
Oh,
It's
hey.
recording.
I'm
Hey.
sorry. I didn't even know that I was like next. Sorry. Hey, Shawn. Hey, Trey. Hey, Teddlie. I love all
Hey.
Hello.
y'all.
Thank
Hello.
you.
So I'm basically kind of like commenting on like what I just saw from the episode, of course. So I definitely like love all of y'all presence, and I feel like the conversations that y'all have been having in the last lives have been like beneficial to the community, just because like those are things that actually do exist. Like those are things that's
Mm-hmm.
actually going on, and the fact that you guys are bringing it to the forefront because these are real things happening. I feel like it's kind of like gonna start the conversation to actually look at those things, just like they happen in the heterosexual world, like. It's reality that is happening. So let's just put it on the forefront, discuss it, kind of get to the bottom of it so we can move forward and kind of like coexist together. So I feel like it's really good.
Thank
Yes,
you
I
My
feel
so
that.
take,
much,
Thank you.
Jay. And I'm glad. And I hate that the conversation has to be had, but it has to be had. Like we have to get to the bottom of this, especially amongst this group, if we're gonna continue to move forward.
Exactly. Yeah.
I agree because me, like, I'm not a part of the community, but like, even I love this show. I've been watching it since season 1 from Atlanta,
Yes.
and I feel like I learned
Yes.
a lot just by being a viewer. Just these
Mm-hmm.
conversations are helping me to understand some things, so that when there's people in my life that have these type of opinions, I can kind of be like, okay, well, because
Right.
I have this
Exactly.
understanding, I can kind of talk to that. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like when it comes to Dre, Like, I feel like there is a bit of an insecurity there because it's just like you be turning up out of nowhere. Like, everybody was there to have a good time. Everybody's trying to come together and support you. But yet, when he started to get mad and express how he really felt, that's really how he felt.
Right.
Like,
you see the shift. He
like
said,
the whole.
I don't got a problem with Jett Jeff. It's y'all.
Yeah,
too.
like, and he made that up because not once on or off camera did Shawn not ever say what we wear, the labels we got.
Never.
We never.
No,
that
they did.
a hit dog will holler and they gonna start singing when they under the influence, apparently, like supposedly, child, because he really said that he was drunk, and I was like,
hey, you saw about things. I said,
knock the cop out.
He wasn't drinking.
And then he tried to defend me and Shawn against each other by saying,
yes, like he had tea.
Like he had
some
tea. Like he had tea, and me and Shawn already talked about what's going on with the guy I was talking to for a short amount of time.
He was like, "How y'all friends?" And his man, I'm like, "Girl, you saying late tea?"
And
very late.
We need to hear the diss track because we tired of talking about it. Let's hear it. Let's see what it's giving on both sides. Like, there's a one diss track, the first one, and then there's now Dre's one. So let's
it's not a diss track. It's not a diss track. It's not a diss track. It's a shade track. It was a shade track.
The semantics, child. Like, not the semantics. I feel like, okay, we've been hearing about this. We've been having this conversation. Let's just finally hear to see what it's given, because some people have opinion that it is a diss track. Some people say it's a shady track. So let's just hear it for ourselves and kind of give the full-blown, consensus of what it's giving. Because if it's not giving what y'all said it's giving, then let's dead it, because who cares?
Right.
Please. Who cares? But anyway, I just want to say I love y'all. Trey, I feel like you should not defend yourself about being messy at all anymore. We're here to do a show. We're here to be entertained. So don't defend yourself no more about that. Let it die. If they got something to say, then okay, we're going to see you at the confessionals, because you're probably doing the same thing. So don't care no more. You've done it on your live. Let it go and move forward. Everybody else, I love y'all. Keep doing what y'all doing. I am thoroughly entertained, and I'm also, putting other people on the show because I've been watching some TV.
Yes.
Thank you.
This needs to go.
So much.
Thank you so much.
Well,
anymore. I feel like I done woke it up a little too much. I done definitely woke for some business.
Well, they're gonna do the same.
And I don't care.
He gonna do the same thing. They gonna do the same thing tonight and tomorrow.
Yes,
and honestly, I don't know. I can't go. I can't go to.
I'm not even gonna be there. I'm gonna be asleep.
That's what I'm saying. I can't go to every outlet and plead my case, because at this point,
that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to tell you, Trey,
I'm not
before.
gonna do that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to tell you.
I got too much stuff going on anyway. These people are. It's just like I can't wait till we just finally dead this situation, because I'm not even supposed to be in this. This had nothing to do with me, but because I am close to the situation, I said something that I shouldn't have. Now it's now I got something.
Now I get in it.
How I get in
it. Yeah, but you know what? I think
it should be fun.
Yes, for sure.
Well, I'm gonna have a great time because I didn't get to celebrate my birthday with you all. So just being able to do that, I'm so happy and excited to do.
Yeah, we're gonna cut up. We're gonna cut up for sure. Okay. But I think none of us, that goes for everybody on this cast. We can't sit up here and defend ourselves on every platform.
We can't. We just don't have enough time in the day to do that.
It's a waste of time. I refuse to defend myself. Whether you talking about my eyebrows, honey,
right?
You talking about me in another situation, my many men, and
so much backlash in the beginning. Now in the chasing comments, I sure was going back and forth, and people added me saying crazy stuff. I sure I probably go back and forth a little bit. But for the most part, as much as the scrutiny I was faced with in the beginning, I didn't go back and forth with everybody because I was like, I don't give a fuck. You don't like my outfit, I don't care.
Yeah.
They like you because you have on labels, don't make it fashion. I said, yes, they do because I paid for it. Like, I don't care.
Yes.
Like,
okay. I think for me, it has a lot to do with what I do as a career. I'm like, okay, if they ain't liking me, 9 times out of 10, they not gonna fuck with what I'm doing as my career choice. And so it's hard for me, and I'm sitting here trying to explain myself, well, no, this has nothing to do with my brand, this has nothing to do with this, or this has nothing to do with this. I'm just, being entertainment. And I just want people to understand, and I have to understand that maybe sometimes blending or blurring the two kind of affects what people say, because people's opinions do matter, especially the general public.
They definitely do.
when you're when you're a quote unquote public figure, which is what we are, and also trying to run a legitimate business, or you're in corporate America. It's like, okay, now
It
what are we
does.
actually looking at?
So,
Right.
and that's what I wanted to clear up at that time, because when they was like, oh, you know, when everybody was talking about the fight, I was like, hold on, baby, let me get this clear on camera. Keyshawn is not gonna fight nobody on camera.
Right. You got a career.
I don't want to get my ass beat on camera. I don't want to beat nobody ass on camera. I am young and successful, and I know that there is a God upstairs, and just as much as He have gave me these abundance of blessings, He can take it all away. And I don't want none of my blessings taken away. So no.
Oh my God, Jett, come up here.
Jett, come up.
Yes,
Jett, come up.
Come on up.
Jett, because Jett
Now,
gets the people together.
Say, me and Jett relationship has definitely grown so much.
Yes, from the beginning to
on
now.
The show and after the show. Now we still gonna get into some things, because there was some things I didn't like, but I literally love Jett and I support Jett with everything that he's doing. And even when we were beefing, I still supported him.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, top tier girls.
Hey.
Yes, Jett. The top tier gang is here, honey.
Yes, honey.
Nobody mad up here, right?
Nobody.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about tonight's episode?
Oh, he got off.
Oh my God.
He fell off. But see, you know, the thing I think between us four, I think we can throw as much shade towards each other. We can say the most shadiest shit and still rebound from the shit and still be on the same page. And
but that's, you know, it's not as deep as
it's not that serious.
It's
not deep.
It's not that serious.
Like Trey said something shady about everybody.
Right. Like as many times as Jett has shaded me and talked about how many men I got and this and that, I don't give a shit. I laugh. And hell, we was just at a wig party together cutting.
I know. I was just saying it.
Right. So I mean, at the end of the day, you have to realize what's worth your energy and what's real, like what's okay and what's not okay to entertain. Like I'm not gonna do that.
The thing I really want us to do, like as a whole collective group, is have that family dynamic. Family's gonna argue, bicker, fuss, you know, don't even fight. But at the end of the day, can we just get back to, you know, really being genuinely a family, not on camera?
Off camera, yeah.
But like off camera too. Like that's my thing. And even with the support, like it's not 100% rapport of the support on everybody's in. And I see it and I feel it. And you know, I don't want to address it because I just feel like at the end of the day, if you fought with somebody and you really want to see them make things move and shake, then you gonna support them. And if you don't, then you're not.
Right, and that's why I've been trying so hard to connect everybody on the cast together, especially for Pride coming up. I've been trying to put things together and get everybody together because at the end of the day, we are a family. We've built a set of relationships that where we should be out here, you know, empowering other people who are watching us. And I think that empowering and positivity is so important in this community. We don't have enough of that. We have too much negativity and everybody knocking each other down, and we need to be displaying positivity.
Even if we don't like each other for real, bitch. I mean, it's a couple of cousins I don't like, but guess what? My cousin got a party coming up. I'm gonna go. Like, you my cousin.
Right, exactly.
But I also think that we don't understand how much power we have. People think, oh, this is just a YouTube-based reality show. This is 83,000 subscribers. People walk up to us and say, "Oh my God, you're who from Chasing." You know, they actually influence. And not only do we have the power of the culture, we have people of like someone just said, of the LGBTQ members who are looking there for an outlet to figure out how to approach us.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, because I mean, I go places publicly, professionally, and people notice me, and I'm like, what? Like, you know, when I'm in working mode and still in the deals, closing deals, people come to me telling me they see me on TV, and I'm like, what? You know,
and I just laugh, and I be so humble and nice with it.
Yes,
but it's just like I thank God each and every day for this opportunity. I thank God for, allowing me to step out of my comfort zone and to, be in front of a camera and face all the backlash and the love and, all of those things. And, just the genuine bond and friendships. So it's like I don't go on here and want to do this, because that's not me. And one thing I won't do, and let me clear this up before I get off this motherfucking live. This is for them hoes that have been behind a camera and they feel like they get their biff when you know who you are, baby, because you're gonna watch it like you always do. Girl, mind your motherfucking business and pay your taxes, boo. Boo. Because I'm so tired of you always commenting on what the girlies got going on when our show do what it do, what your show didn't do in a motherfucking week, girl. Don't play with me.
Come on, Cardi
baby.
B. Come on, Cardi
Stop
B. Now
playing
you
with me.
watching me, bitch. Now you watching me. Yes, Cardi B. Eat it.
Because I'm so tired of it. Like, if you're going to give somebody an opinion, give that opinion, but also come with a solution and also come with, endless genuine support instead of picking and choosing your favorites. Now, if you say you have a favorite girl, then that's fine, say it. But that's all I'm going to give you, that 2 minutes.
Okay.
That's how you work. 2
And
minutes.
that's crazy, Shawn. That's crazy because I literally dealt with that with Jason. But it's like, how you gonna have an opinion about something and then you do the same shit I do and then trying to do and it's not going anywhere?
Child. But I just wanted to give that little 2-minute spiel to that person because they know exactly who they is.
Well, all in all, I want to say I'm proud of all y'all. Trey, I'm proud of you. Shawn, I'm proud of you. Like, one thing about it is that we have a big cast, but we are all moving. We are all shaking some damn money. We are all chasing for real. And every opportunity that I get to support y'all, I'm going to support y'all for real. So
And vice versa. I think everybody, beyond what we think of our difference of opinions, we put the Chasing Dallas back as a contender on Chasing, reality. They counted us out because of last season, and a lot of things happened. A lot of things happened last season that we didn't know if we were gonna get another season. But thanks to you guys, thanks to production, thanks to people behind the scenes, we really came through with the cast, and we made this a really good season for sure.
Yes,
the fans are entertained beyond measure. They're entertained.
Definitely.
And thank y'all so much for tonight. Thank y'all for tuning into the live. Continue to like, comment, share. Tell your church friends, your school friends,
come on, church friends,
work about us because baby, we is worldwide in Candy Boys.
Worldwide, honey.
And make sure y'all follow us now. Don't go ahead and be them ghost followers or them ghost supporters, honey.
Yes.
Y'all not that kind of like
Jett. You done came back, sweetie. We was asking you what you feel about this episode.
What you thought?
Oh yeah, I was in the middle of saying like I'm glad that Trey he spoke up, he stood up for himself because I feel like that was so much anger built in, and like at that moment like Trey just blew up, So what did you expect from him?
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a really good episode. I think it was cute. It was really explosive.
That it was.
But yeah, cute. I'm ready for the reunion. Are y'all ready?
Reunion me, please.
Yes,
I
honey,
think
get your receipts.
Okay, get your receipts. Come prepared. I hopefully feel like we can get through each segment properly.
I think everyone will be able to be an adult.
I hope. No, I don't know about that one.
I think so because I don't got nothing to say.
Well, I think some people are gonna be there where they're not needed, but anywho.
Oh, now Teddlie activated y'all.
Teddlie, am I sensing a brand too?
But my thing is, Teddlie, where are you sitting, sweetie? We need to know.
Wherever the Lord places me.
That's what I want to know too, because Teddlie like being on everybody's side, child.
Well, no. I just, I close who I close, and I say what I say, and I'm always gonna be on my side of anybody's side, okay? But other than that,
Teddlie gonna be in the middle with the host, child.
Teddlie is the host.
But at this point, just hire me as the host. Shit.
Y'all got your looks together?
I do say that I do need to rewatch the episode because I don't want anything lost in translation. I want to be able to remember what happened, and get all my facts right because I do feel a couple of guns aiming toward my head. But bitch, I'm the Matrix at this bitch.
Bitch, you better be the Matrix.
How do I flip flop? I'm sorry.
Oh, who said that?
Somebody in the comments, and somebody, something that I don't like when they call me messy. I mean, I can be messy, I don't care, but like, I do address people when I ask questions in their face. Some people do it behind their backs. Ooh. So would you rather me do it to your face or behind your back? So that's what I don't get, and people are pressed about it. I guess they just don't have a voice for themselves.
But when you did it to me in episode 1, they thought it was so cute. They thought it was so funny, and but child, now they don't like it when it's done to others.
Not they say
that's that double standard I was talking about.
Not they say I'm the real bone collector. Okay, I'll be the bone collector if I need to be. That's fine.
Okay, I feel like we all got a part where we bone collect.
Yes,
okay?
we all.
We the bone diggers. We the bone diggers. We all love us.
The bone diggers.
Okay, because it's getting too much.
We some archaeologists.
I hope whoever this reunion host is needs to ask the questions. Don't come in here being biased. Don't come in here trying to act like you know. Ask if you don't know.
I want to go off the host now.
Do your homework. Yes. Do your homework, because I'll get into it with you. I'm just playing.
Bitch, we know you will.
Next, what's Shawn say? Next question, Tamika.
Next question, Tamika.
Okay.
I'm screaming.
Put my lip gloss on. Next question, Tamika.
All right, Tracy, we ain't done yet.
Y'all make sure y'all share my new single G6 out tonight.
Oh,
yes.
Also, if y'all are in, the Dallas area, my girl Jett Jeff is definitely taking over Lordy B's festival.
Yes, ma'am. This weekend. Let me know if y'all need tickets. It's going down. Got my dancers. And yeah.
Hey.
My Ariel.
Now we have.
They didn't have to do none of this shit for me. They didn't have to do none of this shit for me. They didn't have to do this.
Why you didn't have the energy in Mexico? Because I'm gonna fake ass bitch and I say to motherfucking face now.
Why is the insurance card calling to me? Fucking call, send them to where the fuck you at.
How would you describe the communication that you already have?
I'm going to this country for the first time to reconnect with little Eddie.
This trip to Cancun is very, very important to me.
Girl, whatever happens, I just hope that I'm able to keep my eyes open long enough to see it, because shit's about to hit the fan, and immediately.
On the season finale of Chasing Down,
I'm having a damn side conversation. And I don't speak on nobody's business, especially about that. We gonna resend this back to why we came, and that was to celebrate Teddlie's divorce. I'm so happy for him to, embark upon this new journey.
All right, you guys. This was a crazy ass trip in my hometown.
So, without further ado, I'm gonna show you all my promo video.
Do you got a boo? Cause I want you. Tryna be with Jett's gon' cost you. All alone in the dark, I'm lying. Yeah.
Who you would like to win?
We are moving. James and I are moving out of Dallas. Could you believe it?
I can truly say that God has seen the best in me, even when I didn't see it in myself.
We killing them from Dallas to Georgia, we eating them. One thing was forgotten, this bitch is a baddie. I'll crush anything that I'm on. Bitch a little baddie, 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 bitch a little baddie.